Hi everyone, welcome back to DCS World and Enigma's Cold War server. Well, last time you seemed to really enjoy the commentated video that I did, so I thought I'd do another one with my sort of post-flight thoughts on what's happened, see where I can improve, areas I thought I did well. This time though, we're on Syria, early in the morning, so the sun is just rising, so we've got some interesting lighting conditions. And I'm in the F-5. Once again, I'm just flying on my own here, but do have quite a lot of friendly support on the SRS comms, and as we'll see, a couple of GCIs pop in as well to really help things out. Anyway, had a really good run, so let's jump into the first engagement. So here I am heading into a Mirage. It's 15 miles away. It's at 6,000 feet, but that's pretty much on the depth in this area of Syria. So just trying to get visual ID on it. Know that it's vaguely up ahead. You can see smoke trails slightly to the right of 12 o'clock. Target's now within 8 miles, so really getting a bit close. Should be able to see him, but I'm really struggling at this point. The lighting conditions here are making it a little bit hard. It is just a bit dark, but not nighttime. It's just an awkward set of lighting here. Just trying to look around. I'm not sure if I've passed him or not. And then get the call from 050, so turn hard. He has started to pass me already. Briefly get tone, but that was on the sun. See something flying here, but that is a C-101, so that's a friendly. There's a frogfoot heading in. Keeping an eye on this C-101, mostly because he might see the enemy, even if I don't. If nothing else, I can keep an eye on his 6. And here I do see something off my nose right there, just above the horizon. It's just within my aiming reticule now. I just quickly check there to make sure that this is a enemy with JTAC there. So GCI just confirms that I do have a friendly next to me, but it is a Mirage. I confirm that I've got tally. I've cut the sound of the SRS for this just because there's a lot of background chatter that was unrelated to what was going on. So I see the Mirage, trying to turn with him. The C-101 takes shots there, but nothing looks good. I turn out of plane a little bit, just trying to get some altitude that I can spend later. The other two are staying very much low level. Pretty sure the C-101 should be able to outturn the Mirage, so the Mirage is in a bit of an awkward situation here. But he does almost get his nose on me, not quite. He does start wiggling around a lot. I think he's really reaching the end of his stall. He seems to do a little bit of a loop there. I'm not sure how much is to do with server lag, how much is just the Mirage pretty much stalling out there. But I do now get my nose around. Get a warning from GCI that we do have frog feet coming in, so I want to end this fight rather quickly. Not sure if the other plane's gonna get the hit, so I just pull lead of Fired a missile there. And our missiles pretty much hit at the same time. I get the kill. I didn't realise the C-101 had missiles. I thought it had taken a shot by then if he did. Clearly not. Now immediately turn because we've got the frog feet coming in. I can just see him on my 1 o'clock there. I don't have the room to turn around. I try getting some shots off. Mostly to try and distract him from the C-101. Unfortunately, that explosion there is the C-101 going down. The frogfoot ignored me, just went straight in on that trainer. Wasn't much I could do there. But this has ended up with me being in a very good position. I'm not sure if the frogfoot actually realises I'm here. I'm debating whether to fire for a little bit, but fire in the end. Thankfully the frogfoot doesn't fire any flares until he gets hit. He fires plenty afterwards. I was trying to get a gun solution, but there was no need there. Frogfoot goes down. So pretty good 2 set of kills there. Unfortunately lost the C-101. And the other frogfoot bugs out at that point, so I just RTB since I'm out of sticks. So didn't really mean to snatch the C-101's kill there, didn't realise he had missiles, just wanted to end that fight before the frog feet came in. But still, 2 kills for me managing to make it back to base, all pretty good. So after rearming, refueling, here I am now being vectored into a 2-ship of a frogfoot and a Mirage. Again, joining here just as I'm entering within my 15-mile text world tripwire. I have been intermittently seeing dots of this pair off on the horizon. Kind of lose track of them as I get a little bit closer. I'm just trying to search. I've found that it's a little bit easier for me to spot these dots if I'm zoomed out a little bit, just because of weird rendering stuff. But here I do see the pair of them off to the side there. See 2 contacts, one leaving a little bit of a smoke trail, the other one down and ahead. So I zoom in, I see the top one has that wing shape of the frogfoot. It's a bit unfortunate, because I'd prefer to go in on the rear target here, but the Mirage is more of a threat, so I am debating which one to go for here. Decide for now to try and sneak in on the rear one, just in case they don't know I'm here. But the Mirage turns in towards me. Briefly think of turning for the Mirage, but then realise I'm going to be in a much better position on the frogfoot here. Pull a little bit of lead with the missile uncaged, and get a nice head-on shot. That doesn't take out the frogfoot straight away, but he does eventually go down. I do eventually get awarded that kill. He does stick around in the flight for a little bit, but he's taken a lot of damage at this point. Now, unfortunately, I can't see where the Mirage has gotten itself to. So one thing that I've been trying to do, and we'll come back to this a bit later, is if I know I merge and I can't see, I just try and keep up a very sharp turn. Because at least that way I make it very difficult for them to get a missile off. Thankfully here, though, I just so happen to end up in a position where this Mirage pulls in front of me. I fire off a missile, but he was turning too sharply. Thought I had enough lead to make that count, but really wasn't quite there. So I try and flip over to guns. I'm really not the best at guns. There, he nearly baits me into going into the power lines. I just completely by fluke go under the power lines there. We're now in a bit of a weird dogfight where we keep overshooting one another. You can see his afterburners are going on full. My afterburners are on full here just to try and avoid stalling out with some of these maneuvers. Here you can really see I'm really not good with the guns here. I try to get the radar lock mode working, but I failed to get a radar lock on him. Normally I would be able to. I'm not sure why the system was struggling so much. So I end up just going to bore sight mode. He drops 2 of his fuel tanks at this point. So he's obviously decided this is a bit more of a fight than he thought it was. He does still seem to carry what I believe is his central fuel tank, although that might be a missile. I don't know the Mirage that well. Here I do all of a sudden get a radar lock, so try and spray across him. Don't quite get there. Almost makes me overshoot, but I managed to do a little S there, reverse, come around again behind him. Starts flaring at that point. I don't realise why at the time. Just wondering if he's pre-flaring, and then I see shots from another F-5 coming across, so he obviously saw that other F-5. Now I do think I managed to get a wing hit there. Looking at the replay, it looks like I get a wing hit, but it's clearly nothing too damaging. He fires a missile at me, but really doesn't have a hope of tracking there. I think he was just hoping to take one of us out, since he's now gotten himself into a 2-on-1. So we're in a pretty good state. He has taken some damage, and he's now outnumbered. The Frogfoot's long gone at this point. And see, he's in a bit of rolling scissors with this other F5. I'm just trying to close the distance here. See, he's struggling a bit with starting to stall out again. A-fire shots, mine don't do any good there. As I pull up, looking down, the other F5 manages to get a missile hit, so that's him down. End of that combat. So I got 1 kill there, got the Frogfoot. One hell of a hard landing there, but feeling pretty good at this point. I've gotten 3 kills without dying. So time to rearm, refuel again. And then I am kind of aware at this point that I may be able to get an ace. That's lingering in the back of my mind here. So here again, I'm merged with the Mirage, or approaching Mirage, 15 miles out. Do have a different GCI on now. Cactus 1-1 has jumped into the slot. Unfortunately, this is serious, so really big, really wide front, and GCI is very much got his attention split between multiple things, so I can't really rely on them. Here I do get a bit of an issue that the Mirage I was heading in on it kind of gets replaced as another Mirage is heading in hot towards me, so I have to change my target rather quickly. Whereas the one I was heading in on is dragging. This one here is approaching rather a lot more rapidly. So I do get tone around here, but he's well out of weapons range. So I'm just trying to close the distance, which yeah is a bit hard when tracking on a Mirage. I get the merge call there that we've got the Mirage. It's at the heading, so this is the Mirage I'm looking at. Just trying to close that distance. The fact that I have got the merge call means I am closing in the distance there. Could possibly go for a long range shot, but I've fired missiles at this range before, and they tend not to hit if the enemy is cold like this. Thankfully, he does start to turn here. So I can start cutting in, getting closer. We do get another call there. There is another Mirage approaching the area, currently beamed to me. Just need to watch the power lines here. There are a lot of power lines in this region of Syria, and with this lighting condition, they can be quite hard to see. And now get a call that there is another fish bed now, also heading into the mix. So start to get a bit nervous. Do seem to be getting rapidly outnumbered in this area. The target up ahead drops out of afterburner as this other one shows up, so I think those two were in coordination. This guy was actually dragging me towards his friend here. Decide to keep going on the original target, so I've got a slightly better angle here. Struggling to get tone because he's come out of afterburner. Shoot right past him. Mirage really can dump at speed when it wants to. So they're really good at forcing overshoots, which does confuse me a fair bit. I'm not used to other things forcing overshoots. So I've lost sight of him at this point, but then the other target crosses my nose. He thankfully reverses right in front of me, which gives me a nice opportunity here to get Fox 2 off, and there goes one. Now, at this point, I start to get greedy. I really want that extra kill to get the ace. I can't see the other one. I call into GCI to get a bra for the other one to help me in addition to Text Lord here. Now, really what I should have done at this point is just continue this turn. If I kept this turn up, he wouldn't be able to get a missile off. But as it is, GCI gives me the call that he is at 067 in a moment. And so I'm still trying to find the target. Yeah, here's where I get the call at 067. So I turn towards 067, but without seeing the target. And here I make the mistake. I straighten out here looking along 067. The target continued to turn. And so he nicely slots in behind me there. So yeah, pretty good run. I'm happy getting 4 kills there for 1 death. I would have loved to get the ace there. I don't think I've got an ace in an F-5 yet. It's getting really close there. I've been having some good runs on Syria. Do just need to keep defending, especially when I am getting close to the ace. I tend to become more aggressive. I should probably try and be a little more conservative in that position. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please do like, comment, subscribe. All really does help the channel. And otherwise, I hope to catch you in the next one. Until then, remember to be kind to yourself and everyone else. Cheers.